In this GetResponse tutorial for beginners, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps you need to follow to build out an entire business using just GetResponse. I'm going to walk you through the plans that are available and the prices of those plans. And don't forget, there's a free forever plan now with GetResponse. That means it costs you absolutely nothing to get started. I'm going to talk to you about that and some of the limitations with a free plan. I'm going to show you how to get started, the initial setup, and how to set up your email lists. Then we're going to go into the conversion funnels and how to build out a complete conversion funnel and the landing page inside GetResponse. Then I'm going to show you how to apply tags to those contacts that are coming in so you can segment those audiences the right way and make sure you know exactly where they're coming from. I'm going to talk about email broadcasts and how you can use them, then email autoresponders and email automations as well. And inside that email automations, I'm going to show you a really cool trick about how you can segment those audiences. Then also inside there, I'm going to show you how you can set up a double opt-in in those automations as well, which means you don't have to use GetResponse's own double opt-in, because if you use their double opt-in, you are going to lose valuable leads, and I'll talk to you about that when we get to that part. Then I'm going to walk you through the AI website builder, because yes, you can build an entire website on GetResponse, and you can do that in the free account as well, guys. I'm going to show you a really cool little tool they've got inside here that is going to help you 10x your conversions on those landing pages, so make sure you stay tuned. You're here with the School of Affiliates. I'm Charlie Bradford, and if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest video releases. This channel is all about making money online through affiliate marketing. So if you want to go and grab a GetResponse account, if you haven't got one already, you can do so by hitting the link below this video at any time. That's schoolofaffiliates.com/GetResponse. Inside there you can get access to that free forever account. Now, what do you get inside these accounts, and what are you going to pay for the premium plans? Now, inside the free account you get unlimited newsletters. This means that you can send unlimited emails, but they are email broadcasts, guys. You cannot automate those emails, so there's no autoresponders or email automations. But I'm going to show you how to set up those email newsletters. And don't worry, because when you're first starting out, you're not going to get a huge volume of contacts subscribing straight away. So you can use this feature, but it means you manually send in all of your emails. You get up to 500 contacts, which is plenty when you're first getting started. You get to build one landing page, a complete website on there. You get custom domains, which is absolutely vital for building an online business, because you're building your brand and your business as well. You get sign-up forms that you can use for your blog or your website. You can put them on your blog and your website, and I'll talk about them briefly inside. So you can see this is in Great British pounds because I'm over here in the UK. But if we go back to monthly, it's £11 for the basic plan. That's about $15. You get 1,000 contacts, or up to 1,000 contacts for that. Inside here you do get the email autoresponders, which means you can automate your email sending. And if you're doing affiliate marketing campaigns, for instance, where you're promoting products, and when people sign up you want to send them multiple promotional emails, you don't want to be doing that manually. So that's a fantastic tool. You get unlimited landing pages as well, unlimited website builder, which means there's no limitations on the usage, because you can build an entire website on here, but there are limitations on the usage that you get. You get basic segmentation and email scheduling as well, which is fantastic. It means you can bulk write your emails, your broadcast emails, and then you can schedule them over the courses of a month, a week, a month, a year, whatever you want to do. The plus plan, you get the email marketing automations, which is a really fantastic tool. I love this, and I much prefer this to the email autoresponders, and we're going to talk about exactly why. But as I stated at the beginning, a lot of that has to do with segmentation and this double opt-in that you can build, which means you don't have to use this. You can use webinars as well, and then it's more advanced features that you're really not going to need when you're first starting out. Same with professional plan, you're not going to need any of these advanced features. So my top recommendation is, if you're a beginner and you want to just get started, hit the free plan. But if you want those email automations after you've watched this video today, then the plus plan is going to be the one that you want to go after. And again, if you pay over 12 months or 24 months, you get 18% or 30% discount on that price as well. So great discounts there. So you're going to come in here, you're going to sign up with an email address, and you're going to, once you do that, you're going to have to put in a physical address. The reason for that is that when you're sending emails to certain countries, it is law that you put a physical address at the bottom of those emails. Now, this may sound a bit daunting if it's your own personal address. You can go and get a PO address or business address and pay for that, but to be honest, don't worry too much. You know, a lot of people are not even going to notice your address at the bottom, especially when you're beginning, when you're first starting out. And if you have got a business address, fantastic. You can also use an accountant as well. If you've got an accountant or something, you can always ask them if you can use their address as your business address. So you can go down that route. Once you've set up that free account, you're going to come into the platform, and this is what it's going to look like. On here you can add new widgets, which is basically just these tools here to give you an insight into some of the things you're doing. Now I don't tend to really use these too much, but there's a whole host of them you can put on here. You can see there's loads. You can put your landing page stuff on in and see all the details from your landing pages, the email autoresponders, see your open rates and all the stuff like that, how many new contacts you're getting in. You can see that there's really loads of different features you can stick on here, but as I said, I don't really use them, so I just leave them like that. Now what I do use is tool at the top, and at the top here you can see the menu and all of the features that you're going to get. Now inside the free plan, like I said, some of the features you're not going to, and even inside the plus plan you don't get the email automations, but you get email marketing, autoresponders, automations, webinars, a chat feature which we're going to talk about later on, conversion funnel again, which I'm going to show you exactly how to build that out, landing pages, the forms that you can add to your websites to capture your leads from there. You can even run paid advertising straight through here, and they make it really simple. I've created a whole host of videos about GetResponse, all of these features, how to use the AI website builder, how to use the paid ads, all of that stuff. I will stick a link at the top of the page so you can go and check that playlist out at any time. Also the link will be below this video so you can come back at the end. You can also create a store and products, so you can create a whole store on here. If you're into e-commerce and you want to build a Wix or a Shopify store, you can do that inside here. Integrations, files and images you can upload, and the mobile app as well, which is really handy. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you come inside here is we need to go up to my account, manage your account, and come inside here because you need to obviously check that your address is right inside here, because you need that. You can add your business details, but what we need to do is add an email address, because what you'll have inside is the email address that you've signed up to the account with. But if you've used a Hotmail email account, then if you send emails using that, they're going to go straight to a spam folder. It's not going to work. You need a custom email address. Now when you buy a domain and you set up domain hosting, a lot of places will give you that for free. The site that I use for that is SiteGround. That's where my domain is hosted. But when we add an email address, all we do, hit email, the name here is the name that's actually going to show up when you send that email to people. So you want that to be your first and last name. Don't just make up anything you want. Stick your email address in here, add email address. You're going to get a confirmation email sent to you where you have to confirm that email address. Once you've done that, you'll get confirmed come up here. Now the next thing we need to do is authenticate that domain, because if you don't authenticate it, then your emails are most likely going to go to spam. Now I'm not going to talk in detail about that. If we click on this, you can see there's some information here about DKIM and how to solve common issues. This will explain to you in more detail if you want to find out, but just for the benefit of you, just make sure you do this, because it is really going to help you inbox your emails. It will really help your deliverability rate, which is then going to increase your open rate, click-through rate, and the amount of money that you're going to make from those promotional emails. So how do we do this? Again, you come inside your domain hosting, you go to domains, DNS zone editor or DNS settings. It depends on the service provider you're using. And then what we need to do is add a text record. So it tells you how to do it here. The text record name is going to be this part here, or depending on your service provider as well, you're going to copy and paste that into the name, and then you're going to copy this part here into the value. Create that. That's it, all done. You can see I've already got one here, and as it says on here, mine's already authenticated. It can take up to 48 hours, but mine was pretty much instant. But just make sure you do that, guys, even if you don't read through that information. It's a simple step that a lot of people miss, and it will affect your deliverability. So you can go and set up your landing page domains inside here, and all you're going to do is add a custom domain, which will be, if you've got an actual domain you're going to use just for GetResponse, you can use www.schoolaffiliates.com. but if you're using that for other things, then you're going to want to set up a subdomain like I've done here, getresponse.schoolaffiliates.com. This is just for an example. You can see this is waiting here because I haven't set up the DNS settings. What you have to do there is you've got to set up a CNAME record, but I'm not going to go into that because we'll see that when we get inside the landing page builder, because you can do it in there as well. So the next step at the top, you've got this menu at the top here, this create. You can come in here and create a newsletter, create landing pages. This is just a really easy way to get to whatever you want. Automations, create a form, create a campaign, so we can get to that really quickly. You've also got your list here, we're going to talk about in a second, and you've also got the reports. This is going to show you all of the reports from the emails that you've sent, your open rates, click-through rates, all of that sort of stuff is going to be shown, unsubscribe rates. It's really, really useful information, because when you start to grow your list, as I said at the beginning of this video, you need to start running list hygiene. You need to start removing people that are inactive, because that's going to really affect your open rates and your click-through rates, which then in the long term is going to start affecting your deliverability. So it's absolutely vital from the beginning, from when you first start, set out some time and just make sure you set that out for list hygiene. I'm going to show you a really neat trick for setting up a double opt-in as well, so make sure you stay tuned, guys. Then the next part is setting up a list. You can see I've got a whole host of different lists in here. All you need to do is create a list. Now, you used to be limited on what you could type in here, but now you can put anything. So you need to be very, very specific when you set these lists up, because once you start to build your business and you have 10, 20, 30 different lists inside here for different landing pages, different promotions, different businesses, you need to make sure you know exactly what they're for. So just create that list, give it a name. When you've done that, we'll come down to here, for example, you've created that list and you know exactly what it's for. On the right hand side here, you need to go into settings and make sure you set up the settings correctly. You've got the list name, which is what people will see if they hit the unsubscribe, or if you have their double opt-in set up, then they're going to see that list name. So make sure it's not FU people or whatever, it's got to be something legitimate, and that's why you need to really think about the name of your list. You can give your list a title and a description if you really want to. Categories you can set, the language. Then you've got the postal address, so you can see that you can set whether your postal address is shown in the footer of those messages. For me here in the UK, I have to do that. You can also add a logo in here. You can enter a website URL, so if someone clicks on that logo, it will redirect them onto your website. So in here, you're just going to put, if you've got a blog or whatever, you can redirect people onto that. You've also got a link here for that list if you want to use that. If you change any of these, just make sure you hit save general settings, because otherwise it won't save. Inside subscriptions, send subscription notifications. So this is going to send them an email every time, send you an email every time someone subscribes to your list. I recommend you turn this off, because it can get pretty annoying. I mean, when you first start out and you get them first couple of subscribers, it's a nice buzz to see those emails coming in, people subscribing, because it's verification that something you're doing is working. I get that. But once that list starts to grow, it's going to become pretty irritating when it's filling up your inbox. Then you've got required additional confirmations. This is their double opt-in. And what this is going to do, if you switch this on, then what it's going to do is it's going to send them another email address, another email from GetResponse. Now, when it sends that email, it means they have to go into their email account. They have to go and click on that link. If they don't, then they will not be subscribed to your list and they won't get any of your emails. So the problem with this is, what I've found in the past is that you will get people, a lot of really decent leads coming here, and they will not hit that double opt-in. So you're going to lose valuable leads by using this. That's why I want to show you a bit later on in this video a really neat trick for building your own double opt-in. So it means you can turn this off and you can still verify that these people have real email accounts, because this is a problem. If people sign up with fake email addresses and stuff because they want your free lead magnet or whatever you're giving away, then you don't want them on your list, because that's going to reduce your deliverability, it's going to reduce your open rates, all of those impacts. But what we do is build out another second double opt-in ourselves, which means we still get those people onto our list, we're still sending them those first initial emails, and if they don't open them, we can then confirm that they are actually going to open them, and if they don't, then we can remove them from the list a little bit later on. And obviously inside here as well, you can set up your custom page, and you can send out set up a custom message that you want to send people if you switch this on. But I highly recommend that you don't do that. You just set up the email automations. But if you're using a free account, then you're not going to be able to set up the double opt-in through the automation. So it might be a good idea to set this up, but just bear in mind that you are going to lose some valuable leads by doing this. But there is a benefit to doing a double opt-in. It means that the leads you get are much more highly engaged. They're much more likely to open and click those emails. So even though your list will grow very, very slowly, the people that you're going to get on that list are going to be very, very top quality targeted leads that are actually going to open those emails and potentially buy the product that you're promoting. So it is worth it. It's why I build my own double opt-in. Then again, you've got your confirmation message. So this is just the stuff that you know, if you have that switched on, what it's going to say to them. Then once you come in inside the list menu as well, you can see there's a whole host of different menus across the top. You've got search, you can search for people inside here, and inside this is really great feature, because if you're looking for people that are unengaged, you can go to advanced search, you can go and add a condition. Inside this condition you can put contact actions, message not opened, and you can put any message, and then since never. And then when you apply this, this is going to bring back however many people are actually not opening those emails, have never opened a single email from you. Now things have changed a little bit, and with iOS devices now they're not tracking opens, so this is going to be a bit misleading, so you need to be careful about this. But if you want me to create another video all about how to do list hygiene, then let me know in the comments below, because I will produce that, because there is some great tricks and tips I've got for you to really help clean up your list, and do it for people that are actually not active, and not deleting people that it says are not opening those emails, but actually they are. They're just doing it from an iOS device. Then you've got your segmentation. Again, we're going to talk about that a bit later on, but this is really helpful for list hygiene. You've got statistics, so you can see all the statistics about the list. You've got your list hygiene in here, and this is where you can get rid of duplicate contacts. So if you've got duplicate contacts, there's an issue with that, because if you've got contacts on different lists, then they all count up as one contact. So when your list is starting to grow, you may be paying for more and more people, more and more subscribers on that list, because the more subscribers you get, the higher your costs are going to be for GetResponse. And if you've got multiple people on different lists, then that is going to cost you money for the same person. So you need to make sure that you're removing them, and you can delete those contacts if you do have any. It's going to show them up here, any duplicate contacts. But when you run proper list hygiene all the time, like I've said, and set up this double opt-in that I'm going to show you in a bit, then you're not really going to have any in here, because you're going to be keeping up on top of your list hygiene all of the time. So that's all of the basic setup covered. Now we're going to go into a conversion funnel. This is a great feature here, because this is where you can build out an entire sales funnel through GetResponse for anything you want. So you can build out, you know, lead magnet funnels or products. Building a list, selling a product, promoting a webinar. So you can set up, we're on building a list, so we want to give a lead magnet, because that's one of the best ways to get people to subscribe to your list, is to give them something for free. Now there's a great feature in here, which means that you don't even need, if you're a complete beginner, you don't even need to have your own lead magnet, because they give you some to use. So we'll show these for an example. You want to give it, let's start with the funnel name. Now this name is going to be based around the lead magnet you're giving away. So we'll save and create that. Inside here you can see that you want to add a lead magnet. You can add another lead magnet, so you can upload your own lead magnet if you've got one. Or for the example of this, I'm just going to show you one of these. So you see you've got a whole host of different lead magnets that you can use completely for free, and you can just go and click on one of these. Now the best thing to do with this before you get started is hit the preview button and have that open. Now I'm going to show you why very shortly. So we're going to hit the button there, save this. I'm just using this one as an example. Then this brings us into the conversions funnel setup. First thing you need to do is create the sign up page. Then we're going to create a download page for that lead magnet. Then you can create the emails. But you don't always need to do that inside here. Depends whether you're going to use email automations or not. But create the sign up page, and this is effectively a landing page builder. Inside here we've got a whole host of templates, and there's loads of templates in here, but these are showing us the ones just for the lead magnets. So we're going to pick one, give it a name. Again, you've also got the thank you page in here you can go and have a look at. Hit the next step, and you can see our landing page right here. So because we've chosen the lead magnet inside there, and if you'd uploaded your own one with an image as well, it populates the image inside here ready for you. Now this blue is a little bit bright for my liking, but again I'm using this just as an example, but you can change this. I don't tend to put a logo at the top, so we can remove that straight. You can see it's already got a pop-up as well, so we can double click that and we can edit the exit pop-up inside here, so you're going to see exactly what it looks like. You can save that. And that, so when they go to leave the page, I'm sure you've seen this, that pop-up's going to come up. You can remove it if you want. Then you're going to want to change your title, and this is why we've opened up this lead magnet inside here, because then we can go and get some information off of here to build out this landing page. You want to put a captivating title in here. You can see it's got the free download button. the subscription, if you hit that free download, that's going to send them down to here, where they put in a name and email address, because that's what you want to capture. We're trying to capture leads. Then it's got some more information about about the lead magnet down here. Again, this is where you want to use this document that we've previewed and we've opened up here. If it's your own lead magnet, again, use that information inside here to fill out the content inside of here. And you can see there's testimonials and stuff. If it's a lead magnet you're using from a big market, or you've got some testimonials, so they're fantastic. Social proof is a great way to get people to sign up. Even if something is free, a lot of the times you need some form of social proof, because people won't just buy from anyone. People are too cautious nowadays online to do that sort of thing. But you can see, very, very simple. It's all drag and drop. You can move things around. You can change the buttons. You can change the text very easy. You can come over to here and add in different things that you want. You can drag and drop some text files in here. You know, you can put in an image if you want to put in an image. All of this sort of stuff, you can overlay it. It's really, really simple to use. Once you've done that, you are going to want to go over to mobile optimization. Inside here, you need to make sure that everything looks good on mobile, because so many people open stuff on mobile. Again, you do the same thing with the thank you page. You're going to go and check this out. So it says in here, check your email, because when we set up that this conversion file, it's going to automatically send them an email with a download link inside there, as well as we're going to set up a download page as well, which you're going to go to next time. Again, same thing with the thank you page. You need to check it on mobile to make sure everything's okay. Hit next step. This is where we set up the sign up page settings. So we can set up SEO settings on here. Now, for me, if you're trying to get this to rank on Google or something, you need the SEO settings. You want to put descriptions in here, which is going to be keywords and stuff like that. But for us, for the purpose of what we're doing, you're not going to need any of this. This is where then you need to select this domain name. So you can select your own one, which you've got inside here, or you can add a new one, or you can use their subdomain. Now, I don't recommend you do that. As I said at the beginning, it's really, really vital that you use your own custom domain, because you're trying to build a brand online. I'm sure you know that already. So once you've added a new domain, it will show you down here, add a CNAME entry to your subdomains. When you click on that, it's going to give you all the information you need to add that CNAME. Again, all you need to do is come inside your domain hosting, add a CNAME, put in the name, resolves to, and create. Job done. It's as simple as that. It's very, very easy to do. Just follow the information inside here and you're good to go. Then you can select the thank you page if you want to do your own one, stay on account page, or the default thank you page, which is the one we've just seen. Then you've got some more advanced features, analytics, the Google ad conversion tracking, and a chat window. So you can add a GetResponse chat window inside here. This is one of the features I'm going to talk about very shortly. It's a great feature. It really does help increase conversions. It's a fantastic little tool they've added inside here. And if you head over to schoolofaffiliates.com, you'll see that chatbot sitting on that page. Hit publish, and you can see that first initial sign up page is now done, and it will show you your unique visitors as well, how many contacts, the sign up rate, all of that sort of stuff, and it will show you on the exit pop-up as well, so you can see how well that exit pop-up is working. Because although people don't like pop-ups, they do work. They do actually work, guys. You know, I hate pop-ups, but they do work. So it's really straightforward. So you got to say thank you, create your download page. Now you come inside here and you'll see that at the very first list, if you'd pick this one down here on the previous setup, that would now be up the top. It always populates that at the front so that it's a matching page, because you want this to be matching. Give that a name and hit next step. And again, look, it pre-populates the file you want to share with your contacts. So that's all done for you. All of this is done. It all links to the list that you set it up to, and we'll get to that very shortly. Again, you want to check the mobile optimization once you've edited it so that it's mobile optimized. Hit next step. You have the same settings page here, the SEO settings, again the domain which you can set up, and once we've done that, hit publish. Then we can go into creating an email. So inside here you can create the emails for this. You can give the message name, a subject line, and obviously we've set up that email address, a custom email address, so that's all done. We'll just call this test for now. Hit next step, and then you can come into the email designer. Now for me, I prefer plain text emails. If you're selling products or you're into e-commerce and stuff like that, then this sort of thing does work. Or if you're creating newsletters, or you know, you're doing promotions for 50% off a physical product, these sorts of pages do work. For me, I prefer basic plain text. So you can come over to the left hand side, hit plain text, and that is going to load up the plain text editor. And again, you can just put your plain text in here, but I don't create my emails inside this. A much better option for you is to use the email autoresponders at the very least, and just set your emails up in there. It's much easier to do, and you can set that so that it goes to the list that you want. Up at the top right, we've got the settings where you can just change the name, link to the list. So just bear in mind, when you set up these conversion funnels, it will actually create a new list for you. So if we go back over to lists, you will see Affiliate Marketing 101. It's actually created a new list for us. So it's all set up, all integrated. It's that simple, guys. And you've created a whole conversion funnel with a lead magnet, download page, everything, and even the follow-up email. That, like I said, it will send the email automatically with their download page. And then you can set up your email automation separately. If you don't want to go through that whole conversion funnel, if you just want to create a simple landing page, you can do that inside the landing page builder. So inside here, we can create a new landing page, and it's exactly the same builder, guys. So I'm not going to show you in detail how to do that. Again, if you want to find out in detail how to build a landing page using GetResponse, go in the description, go and check out that GetResponse playlist where I've got a video inside there all about building a landing page. But you're going to select a template, you're going to give it a name, go to the next step, and then you're just going to go in there and edit everything inside to your heart's content. Now again, once you get to the next step, you have the settings where you can set your domain, and then inside the landing page builder, you need to choose a list that you want those contacts to go to. It doesn't create a custom list for you. You need to go and choose a list, and that is the list that we've created previously, so you can go and do that. So now when you get those leads coming into your funnels and subscribing to your list, you want to segment them, but we also want to add tags. So you want to come inside tags, you want to create new tags depending on what the products are, what they're doing. Be very, very specific with these tags, because you need to identify them. Again, as your business grows, that list is going to grow and grow and grow, and you're going to come back later on down the line and not understand what they are for if you haven't been specific. So make sure you do that. Then inside the list, you can go and find the contacts inside there, and you can manually add tags to them. So if we go inside this one, for instance, and I can go and manually add a tag. So I can add a tag, I can select one of the tags or create a new tag for this person. But you can also do that inside your email autoresponders and inside your email automations as well. The next part is email marketing. This is your email newsletters or your email broadcast. Now this is where you are going to create your emails that you're going to send out, the value emails you're going to send to people. Now these shouldn't really be promotional emails. If you're using the free account, you can only send broadcast emails and newsletters, then yes, you're probably going to have to use them. But what I recommend is that you just provide high quality value to these people through the broadcast, because what you're trying to do is build a relationship with your list. This means that your open rates are going to increase. It means that your click-through rates are going to increase. It's going to really help your deliverability. All of those key factors are really going to be helped by providing value to people. So that's the idea here. All you need to do is hit create a newsletter. Inside here, you're going to give it a name. Again, be specific, because you're going to want to know exactly what this was used for. If it's a broadcast, if it's a promotion, if it's a certain type of video on YouTube that you're sending to, put it in this title of the message. So later on, if this message does really, really well, or it does really bad, you can come back, identify why, and look at it. You're going to also want to assign this to a list. So if you've got a broadcast list, for instance, you're going to want to assign it to that, so you can identify by searching very, very easily inside email marketing. If we come back quickly, you can go and select whatever list, and it will bring up the emails that you've sent to that list. That's where that helps you there. So you can see the from and reply to email. You can change the reply to email, but I don't recommend that you do that, because again, that's going to really affect your deliverability. You can add another email address if you want to in there. Again, subject lines. You know, I'm not going to go into detail about writing subject lines, captivating subject lines and stuff. You can go and check out my other videos and GetResponse. Then here you want to add recipients. This is where segmentation is vital. So say I pick my broadcast people here. If say some of these people inside a promotion, and I'm promoting a product, and they're in a series of 30 emails that I'm sending them, I do not want to start sending them broadcast emails, because it's going to annoy people. that's going to get on their nerves, because they'll be getting too many emails. They're going to end up unsubscribing, and they could be really valuable leads at doing that. You don't want to upset people. At the end of the day, they're people at the end of these emails, and you have to treat them as such. So you can go and exclude contacts, and this is where your segments come into play. So you can create segments. That is where you can make sure that you remove those people from those emails, broadcasts that you don't want to get sent double emails. You don't want to distract them from the promotions you're sending them, and you don't want to upset them. And this is where it's absolutely vital that you're using tags and you're using segmentation. I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your segments very shortly, so stay tuned. Then you've got design your message. All you do is click on design. You can go for their pre-designed templates inside here. Again, I prefer just blank templates, but once you start building out these emails, you can create your own templates as well. Say you want to put your own footer at the bottom, you want to have your own images in there, or your own logo, you can create that template, save it inside there. You can use your blank template, HTML editor, and existing messages. So if you've used a message before and you want to use the same message but maybe just adapt or change it very slightly, then you can do that inside existing messages. But we'll go to blank template. You're just going to click on one of these. I think these are much better. You don't need all of that fancy email stuff. I think these convert just as well. Again, I don't use the logo, so you can just delete that. And this is our block. So this is where we want to add stuff in. So on here we can go to sections, and you can add images, you can add text inside here, videos, spaces, buttons, anything you want to do. Go and create that email. Just keep it nice and simple, guys, especially when you're starting out, and especially in affiliate marketing. Like I said, it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. Just keep it simple. And you can see your footer is already placed at the bottom with the unsubscribe as well. So if you're sending a first email out, your first email automation or broadcast, make sure you state somewhere in the email that if they want to unsubscribe at any time, they can do so by hitting the link at the bottom of the email. That means that you're just being open and honest with people. You're not trying to catch them on that email list, because you don't want them there if they're not interested. If they're not going to open those emails, you don't want them. It's painful sometimes to remove people from the list, but it's a necessary evil, because we want our open rates to stay high, we want our deliverability high, and we want people on our list that are engaged and actually want to buy the products that we've got to sell. Otherwise you're not going to make any money. As you can see, I'm not going to go into detail about how to use all of these features, but it's a really simple email builder. You can see just how easy that is. The next part we got is email autoresponders. So you go inside here, and this is where you can set up email automations that are going to effectively fire off. So when someone subscribes to a list, if we go and create an email autoresponder now, again you're going to give it a name, be specific, what day you want it to start. So if you've got a welcome email, hey, thanks for signing up, welcome to the family, whatever it may be, give a bit of information about yourself on that starter email. I'm sure you've seen them before. You're going to give them a headline. If you've given them that lead magnet again, then you can put in there, grab your free PDF, your blueprint, your checklist, whatever it may be. You're going to go and design that email as well, and then you're going to hit save and publish. But the first thing that you need to do, which is vital, is you need to select what list that it's going to. So when people subscribe to that list, they will get fired this off on day one. Then if we come back into the editor over here, you can go on to calendar view, and inside here you can see you've got the first email there. Then you can hit there and put another email in. You can add another email on day 2. Then you can do that all the way across. You can drag and drop these into different days if you want to move them about. It means that on the first day they're going to get your welcome email. 2 days later you're going to send them another email. Then again you're going to send another one. This is for the promotion. You're going to be driving them back to those affiliate offers. That's the key here, giving them more value, more information about the products that you're promoting, and keep trying to drive them back to those products. This means that when someone subscribes, you don't have to manually keep coming in there every couple of days and sending off another email. This is done completely for you. It's hands off. You set it up with those landing pages, those conversion pages, or the landing page that I've shown you. Once you've done that, everything is going to be automated. So people are going to come in, they're going to hit that landing page, get your lead made, they'll get that all done for you. You don't have to do a thing. Then they're going to come into this email autoresponder, and they'll start getting fired off different sequences. The email automations is much more versatile, much better when you're trying to build a list and keep up with that list hygiene, because inside here you can't apply tags, you can't segment people. you know, all you can do is just send off these emails, come inside your statistics and see what your open rates are. If any of them are low, you can go and change those emails or remove them completely, whatever you want to do. But inside the email automations, this is where it becomes really, really powerful, guys. Because inside here, when they go through those email automations, you can apply tags, you can apply segmentation, you can see if people are open and listen, do different things with it. So if we go inside one of my automations, you will see that when someone subscribes to a list, they're going to get sent the first message, just the same as the email autoresponder. Now this is where we come into this double opt-in, this segmentation I was talking about. So if we look on the right hand side here, this is where we've got a double opt-in. So this is what I'm talking about when we're trying to maintain our list, trying to get rid of false email addresses, people that are simply just trying to get a freebie and they're not interested in opening your emails. When they subscribe, they get assigned a tag. So we can assign a tag so we know that they're now inside this promotion, inside this automation. Then we're going to send them the first message. Then after that, we're going to see if they open that message. If they do, fantastic. It's going to go over to this side of the funnel and they're going to carry on as normal. But we're going to keep doing that process all the way through. And if they don't open the email, we're going to send them a second email. Then what you're going to do then is see if they click. Because of these rules that have changed with iOS, we can't guarantee that the opens are going to show. So what we can guarantee is that they click on a link. So if they don't click on it, then they're going to go into this part of the funnel. We're going to give them a bit of time, because they've just come on a list, people are busy, people get sidetracked, they might have subscribed to a load of people on that day because they was really excited about something. You know, give them a bit of time, let them wait, and then we're going to put them into our double opt-in. So this is where we're going to send them off really clickbaity emails to try and get them to open those emails, try and get them to click on those emails. Now you want these to be really, really captivating. You need to really work on these, because this is where you're going to either win back those contacts or lose them. And the ones that fall through, again, you're going to put a series of these in. We're going to check if they click or if they don't. If they click, they get sent back into the automation. If they don't click, they go on to the next email until they finally get to the bottom. And if they don't click any of the links, don't open any of the emails through this double opt-in, they get removed. So it means that you can still capture those email addresses. You can still get people into your emails. You can still send them off the free lead magnet that you've offered them. But if they don't engage after a period of a week or two, depending on how many emails you have in here and how long wait times you have, then you simply remove them. And it's all done automatically for you. Again, when you come over into the main automation, you've still got all of this stuff in here. So if the email is not open, if it's open, it's going to send them on to the next part. If it isn't open, we're going to send them a resend message. So what this is basically a copy of the first message, but you change the headline, change some of the text slightly to try and entice them to open. Because maybe something on that first message didn't entice them. Change it slightly, see if they get that open. If they don't, then they don't. But we just keep following through, because we know that because of this double opt-in, they've at least clicked or opened some of the emails inside here, at least one, so we know they're engaged. We know it's a real email, it's a real person at the end of that email account, so we know that we can put them inside here. And this is where you can then start to monitor your open rates, monitor your click-through rates, and adapt and change those emails. All of that stuff takes time, but again, this tutorial is for beginners, how to get set up when you're a complete beginner. So all of that analytical stuff you're not going to need to worry about when you're first getting started. So now I want to show you just how easy it is to create these automations. I know on the screen it looks really complicated, but once you start doing it, it's like anything, practice makes perfect. And once you start using it, it really, really is simple. So if I come back out of here and we go and create a workflow, that's how you're going to start off. And you'll see there's a whole host of different templates in here that you can use that GetResponse has given you. There's loads and loads of different ones in here depending on what niche, what business you're in. You can go and use some of them to get you started if you want. But what I do recommend is you just go and build one from scratch, because the process of building it out yourself is really going to help you learn how to do it. And when you get problems, when things aren't working, you'll have a better understanding of what you need to do to fix the problems. Now, don't forget, there's always the chat support down here. If you click on that, this is very, very responsive. If I go and chat with support, you can see there's someone in there straight away. They respond extremely quickly. That it's a fantastic chat support, and they will come inside here and help you out if you're having problems. They'll actually come into your account and do that for you. Really, really good. But let's go and have a look at just how easy it is. So we go to start now. We're going to build one from scratch, and I'm just going to show you a quick example. So the first thing you're going to see is your automation settings. So you're going to want to give it a name. Again, like everything else, you need to be specific, because when these start to build out and you start to create more and more automations, you need to know exactly where it's coming from. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to do this example, so we'll leave that as a draft. So you can set up the first part of the automation to be anything you want, but essentially what you're going to do is you're going to want, so when someone subscribes to your list, you want them to start this automation. So we hit subscribe. On this, all you need to do is click on it, and you'll see the settings for each element come up on the right hand side. Now you can select that they're subscribed to any list if you want to do it that way, or you can choose a specific list, and then you can go inside here and choose whatever list you want. Now when you've done that, anytime anyone subscribes to that list via any method here, you can change this to API, to forms, contact import, whatever it is that you want to do. All of these, don't worry too much. API is if they've subscribed through your landing page. You know, the forms is if you've created a form for your website, then they're going to go through that. If you've imported those contacts, you get the idea. But essentially, when they subscribe, they're going to come into this automation. The next part of this is we need to add an element. So you can just simply click off of that. And then what you need to do is you need to apply a tag, because you want to tag them. You want to be able to segment them. And don't forget, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up them segmentations very, very shortly. So you can see down here, you've got a tag. So we want to add that in to the automation, and you can assign a tag. Inside here, you can select a tag you've already got, or you can create a new tag. You can call it whatever you want. You add that, and then that is going to apply that tag when they go into that automation. So if it's a certain product you're promoting in a certain list, you're going to want that all to tie up, so you can easily locate people and you can easily segment them, which you're going to see shortly. Simply to connect all these up, all you do is drag them together. It's that simple. The next part is to send a message. So you're going to drag that over. You're going to send them the first message in the sequence. So to do that, we go into this settings on the right hand side here again. Now you can see it's set to automation. Now these are automation messages. So when you create a draft message or an email newsletter, you can use that for your automations, but what it does is it imports that message. So if I show you quickly, if I go over to newsletters, I can select all of my newsletters that I've used in the past, and if I click on them, it will copy that email over into your automations. So when you do that, you have to remember the vital part here that people forget is if you go back into your normal GetResponse account out of this automation and you go into newsletters, you see there's a link missing or whatever in this message here, and you want to edit that, you need to edit it inside the automation. I'll show you where you can get that shortly, but now they've just changed the feature as well, so you can edit the message directly inside the automation. So all you need to do is hit edit message, and then you go in there, fix whatever it is, job done. Now the next thing you can do with this is you can add a wait. Now this is like the email autoresponders because you're going to put them on separate days, but you can change that wait time to a certain amount. You can have a 1 day wait. You can see you can change that days, hours, minutes. I think the minimum is about 30 minutes is the minimum wait time, and you can also select the days and when you want the next message to send. So if you don't want to send messages on a Saturday or Sunday, you untick those. It's as simple as that. You can see just how versatile this is and just how easy this is. You can change the colors if you want, but that isn't really necessary. But then, like I was talking about with this sort of double opt-in, when you want to check whether people are actually opening those emails, because then what you can do is you can send them off onto different automation. You can put them into different lists, stuff like that. So at the top here in the elements, you can do message opened or link clicked. Now the message opened, as I've said, is useful for some devices, but with iOS they're now not tracking email opens, so this is going to be a bit misleading. So the best thing to do is use link click. Now you've got to remember that your click-through rate is going to be much lower than your open rate, so you don't want to start deleting people straight away if they don't click links, because you're going to lose some engaged contacts, some people that are actually engaged. So what you're going to do is, say you put in a link clicked here, you can also put a wait time in here, so you can wait for 2 days, 10 days, 20 days, whatever you want to do. You can change that wait time. Then what you can do as well is you can select which link you want to be clicked. So obviously we're now in an automation message, so we want to come into automation. Any link, we want a link from a specific message, and you'll see the message just above right here. You need to make sure you select the right one, because otherwise they could click any link and it will put them through saying that they've clicked the link. Again, that's so simple. If they don't, then what you're going to do is send them a follow-up message. See, again, this is the resend message from this initial one. So you're going to change the title, change the text slightly, try and get them captivated to resend that message. If they do, you can carry on through the sequence. Again, with this, you can also put them into that double opt-in I showed you a minute ago, where you can start to identify whether it's a false email or whether the person has just come in, they're not interested at all in your emails, they're never going to open your emails or buy anything from you, they just wanted the freebie that you was offering. And you can remove those from that list. You can also move people to list. So if they do open that email, you can say, right, they're interested in this. Maybe I can move them to another list, which may then send them into another automation, another email autoresponder, whatever it may be. And you can go in here and select the list that you want. It's so simple, guys. You can see. And once you start to work through this, that's why I said I recommend that you go and build these out yourself, because once you start to use it without having the templates there for you, you'll really get a feeling and understanding of how it is all going to work. So make sure you go and do that. But I just want to give you a brief overview of how simple these really are. So when we come back out into this part where it shows you all of your workflows, you can see the automation message at the top here. You can come inside there and you can edit the messages inside. He used to have to do that, but now they have the feature where you can edit it actually inside the automation, which is fantastic. But it's so simple. So the idea of using these automations is that we can segment our audiences. You can see just how easy that is to do and how valuable that is now, because you can put people into different lists, you can apply different tags, you can even give them scores inside there, so you know if they're opening those emails, and you can then really identify the people that are engaged and the people that are not, so you can run the correct list hygiene. So how do we do that? So if we come back over to lists over here, you can see all of the subheadings here. Now we want to go on to search, because what you're going to want to do is search for certain contacts. You can see right here, save a segment, but we want to add a condition first. So we want to add a condition so that we can find the ones with the right tags, so we can segment them. So a tag is assigned, we can put 12-step opt-in, whatever your tag may be, and then you can save as segment. Write in your segment name, save it as segment, and then anyone that gets applied that tag, any new people that come in and get that tag applied, they get saved into that segment. And why this is so important is because, as I said before, when you're sending email broadcasts and as your list grows, some people are going to be inside email automations or email autoresponders. You can apply those tags, so when they go inside that automation, they get a tag applied saying they're inside an automation. You can save that as a segment, so anyone going through that automation, you can then remove them from your broadcast emails. So if we go back into to create new newsletter, down here you've got your recipients, you've got your broadcast list, you're going to add them in there. Then you want to exclude contacts. You can exclude a segment, click a segment you want to exclude, put it on there, job done. It's as simple as that. So you can see that all of the people in my broadcast list have already done this automation. So it's really good, really valuable to use when you're trying to keep people engaged. Don't want to send them too many messages, because it's going to distract from the promotions you're sending them. It's going to cause a whole host of issues. So we've basically set up the whole of our GetResponse account. Now there's a couple of things that I do want to show you in a second, just so you're aware of them. One of those is the AI website builder. I'm going to show you that very briefly. Again, you can see a more detailed video by heading over to that playlist. But we've set up a landing page, a conversion funnel. You've set up your lists. We've done all of the initial setup, all of those vital things to really help the deliverability of your emails. You've seen how you set up the automations, the autoresponders, and to send email broadcasts. This is all of the fantastic things that you can do with GetResponse, and you've seen just how you can automate all of that. So you can literally set it up and just let it work for you to drive leads, traffic and sales to your business. Now we have the AI website builder. this is a fantastic tool. I'm just going to give you a brief overview because, like I said, you could go into this for a whole video, and I have done inside that playlist. But you go and create a website, and you can see over here, this is the one that I played around with, but it's completely done by AI, so you can see exactly what it looks like. It's a proper blog website. You can see that this is just, I've just stuck some stuff in here. This is not a real website that I've used, but it really is a good feature that you can come in here and actually build a website. If you don't want to get involved in WordPress and all that stuff, and you're not ready for that yet, you can come and create it in here. And these sorts of websites, they will rank on Google. You can get your content ranked. You have got more versatility and more usability with something like WordPress, but by all means use this. You can see you've got use ready-made templates. You can use the AI power builder, which is going to basically build it all for you. You're going to put in some criteria inside here, so you can see that is a fantastic feature. Now the next thing, I've shown you this already, but the chatbots. This is a fantastic way to really increase your conversion rates on there, because sometimes people come to these landing pages and they just don't know what to do. Maybe they've got a couple of questions they want to ask before they subscribe. They want to make sure that it's a real person. They can come onto that chatbot, and if I show you over on my site, if I move my picture out of the way, you can see the chatbot right here. This is the GetResponse chatbot. So once you've added that to your site, it means that you can communicate with people directly on those pages, and with the app that you get, the messages come through to your phone. So if you're out and about, if you're busy, these people can send you the questions. You can also set up frequently asked questions and stuff like that inside there as well, and automated messages, all of that sort of stuff. It's really useful, and it does work, guys. It really does increase conversion rates. So before we go, I've shown you everything I need to show you, but before we go, I want to show you the best part about GetResponse, and that is their chat support. That it is fantastic. I've never had a software like it. I've used quite a few versions of email marketing software, and this is by far the best. They are really good. If you have issues with automations, with your autoresponders, with email broadcasts, or your lists, something not converting, or people, you're not getting anyone signing up on through your landing pages, they will come inside your account and they will sort it out for you. They are that good. And over on the left hand side, you can see it's 24/7 support. All you have to do is start chat, and you can see there's someone in here already. So I've never had to wait. I've literally never had to wait. There's someone there ready to help. You type a message, they're going to respond to you straight away. That is incredibly fast, and the guys on here are really good. If you have any more complex issues, then they will send it back to the developers, and they will get back to you really quickly. They don't mess about, and it is one of the great things, because you are inevitably going to come up with challenges. There's going to be issues, there's going to be things that are not working. You know, maybe you missed a step in your setting up your landing page, or you've missed a tag or something, or you've segmented your audiences wrong. These things happen, it's just part of business. And when that happens, you know, instead of panicking, you can just hit the chat support. They're there all the time. You can talk to them on there, and you can get it resolved really quickly. I hope that you found some value in today's video. If you have, I really appreciate a thumbs up. It really helps me get this video out to other people. And as always, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all my latest video releases. If you want any more detailed videos about the automations, about the double opt-in, about list hygiene, all that sort of stuff with GetResponse, then let me know in the comments so I can create those videos for you, because I really want to help you build your business alongside mine. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.